Alright, listen up, because the girls are pressed, and when I say both Drake and J. Cole are in hot water, I mean it's giving Super Bowl chaos, minus the touchdowns, plus the lawsuits. Two of the so-called Big Three are out here looking more like big trouble, and it's honestly wild. They really tried to keep this one quiet, but baby, we're talking about it anyway. So go ahead and hit that like button, because this tea? Too messy to miss. Now, about Drake and J. Cole, yeah, it's getting ugly. If you're ready to see how Cole just followed Drake's lead straight into lawsuit land, while Kendrick Lamar's out here sipping water with a spotless record, grab a seat. Because Cole stans, especially the ones who double as Drake defenders, are about to start typing paragraphs. But we need to get into it. This whole thing is flipping how people see Cole in the rap world, and honestly, it's showing exactly how he's been moving lately. For the ones still in denial, let's make it plain: Cole's giving Drake energy way more than Kendrick vibes, and that's just facts. This week has been straight up surreal. On the same day Drake got hit with yet another lawsuit, J. Cole caught 1-2 literally hours apart. Two members of the Big Three, both getting sued like it's some kind of hip-hop group challenge. And before the Drake stans flood the comments, relax. Go ahead and like the video while you're here, though. Because let's be real for a second, J. Cole's always branded himself as the conscious one, the voice of the culture, right? But after that slick shade toward Kendrick, apology or not, and the way he leaned into Drake's obsession that sparked the whole "not like us" chaos, it's not giving integrity anymore. Remember those little jabs about bots and Port Antonio? Yeah, that energy's coming back around, because karma's officially serving paperwork. Here's the thing: when you start compromising the culture for clout, it always circles back. And right now, both Drake and Cole are living proof. Every move you make in this industry echoes, and they're hearing their echoes loud. So, what's this lawsuit even about? Not your average sample clearance gone wrong or dusty contract beef, this one cuts deeper. Cole's being accused of disrespecting a hip-hop legend, someone who literally helped him level up. From narrating the off-season intro on 95 South to letting Cole use his instrumental on Might Delete Later, this man's been nothing but solid. And yes, we're talking about Cameron. The Cameron. Now he's the one suing J. Cole, and honestly, that's wild to see. For Cole to cross someone who helped build his path and the culture? It's straight up disappointing. Drake and J. Cole wanted this to feel like their Super Bowl era, but instead, it's looking like a court bull. And right now, the only thing they're scoring is legal LS. Alright, let's talk about what Cameron is actually accusing J. Cole of, because this lawsuit? It's basically a how-to guide on burning bridges with legends. According to court documents TMZ got their hands on, Cam claims he wrote lyrics and laid down a verse on Ready 24 after Cole promised a favor in return, either a future collab or a guest spot on Cam's It Is What It Is podcast. Simple, right? Fair trade. But 2 years later? Crickets. Cam says Ready 24 was recorded back in 2022, and from mid-2023 through early 2024, he kept trying to reach Cole, who, apparently, stayed unavailable. Not a single podcast appearance. No verse. No follow-up. Nothing. So now, after realizing he never got his credit or compensation, Cameron's suing for co-authorship of the track and demanding a full breakdown of the song's profits, which he estimates at around $500,000. And here's the poetic part: Cam literally rapped about this exact situation on Ready 24. The man said, "Take what you're supposed to get, not all, most of it." He spelled it out bar for bar. Like, how you gonna ignore a lyric that just turned into a prophecy? Cole didn't just miss the message, he ghosted it entirely. It's disappointing, honestly. Especially considering how much Cameron's done for Cole in the past. This isn't some random rapper chasing a headline, this is the same man who narrated Cole's off-season intro on 95 South, and gave him clearance to use one of his beats on Might Delete Later. That's genuine support. And for Cole to just disappear after all that? Cold move. Now, of course, the Drake and Cole fans who don't actually get how hip-hop works are already chirping online like, why didn't Cam lock down a contract, or why not handle this up front? But here's what they don't get: hip-hop runs on trust, it's culture, not corporate. Artists swap favors, you jump on my record now, I got you later. That's not messy, that's tradition. So when Cam asked for something as simple as a guest verse or podcast drop, that wasn't out of line, that's hip-hop 101. And for Cole to just go ghost? Straight up disrespect. Especially when you remember Cam wasn't just another feature, he brought credibility, legacy, and weight to that record. Yeah, sure, the internet loves to clown Cam's verse on Ready 24, saying it didn't fit the vibe, but let's be real. Cam didn't just bring bars, he brought presence. That's something you can't stream, copy, or replace. So when you zoom out, this lawsuit isn't just about $500,000. It's about respect, loyalty, and the one rule that's supposed to mean something in this game, your word, and clearly, someone forgot that part. Now here's where everything starts to click. I'm Ready isn't just another J. Cole record, it's a remix of Legacy. The track literally flips one of Cameron's classic Diplomats-era beats. So Cole wasn't just inspired by Cam, he was building right on top of his foundation. That's why this whole thing hits so deep. And honestly, it's going to be wild watching how this plays out. Because let's be clear, Cameron is not some washed-up legend clinging to relevance. The man is thriving. His show with Maze, It Is What It Is, has become one of the biggest cultural hubs in hip-hop right now. He's still a voice in the room. So this lawsuit? It's not about chasing a bag. It's about principle. About standing on your word, something Cam's been doing his whole career. From the way this looks, Cole must have hit a nerve, because Cam doesn't take it to court unless it's serious. For him to file legal papers like this, that means the betrayal wasn't small, it cut deep, and seeing J. Cole join Drake on the growing list of rappers stuck in lawsuits of their own making? Yeah, it's giving poetic karma. If you really trace it back, the domino effect starts with might delete later. Remember, that was Cole's I said what I said moment right after the awkward back and forth with Kendrick. That was his response era. But instead of solidifying anything, it blew up in his face. He even yanked 7-minute drill off streaming like he wished the whole thing never happened. And now, the same project is haunting him again, dragging him into court with Cameron, the very man who helped shape it. It's honestly poetic how Kendrick didn't just win a rap feud, he sparked a meltdown that's still echoing through the big three. Cole's emotional, knee-jerk drop meant to clap back at Kendrick has now turned into a lawsuit over a Cameron feature. Like, the butterfly effect is insane. Instead of dropping mic moments, Cole dropped the ball big time. Meanwhile, Drake's L Pile is in a league of its own, we already know that saga. But Cole? This one stings more. Because he's supposed to be the real one. The grounded, respectful artist who stands for integrity and the culture. Yet now, behind the scenes, we're seeing a completely different side, one that ghosts, avoids, and disrespects the very legends who supported him. And let's be honest, if things got so bad Cam had to go legal, that means Cole fully stopped communicating. That's not miscommunication, that's a full trust collapse. At the end of the day, this isn't just a lawsuit, it's a statement. A moment where Cole's image cracks, showing he might have lost touch with the culture he claims to protect. Because when you cross someone like Cameron, a man who built the roads you're walking on, it doesn't just make you look careless. It makes you look counterfeit. And while all this chaos unfolds, Kendrick Lamar? Sitting at the top, unbothered, untouched, and undefeated. No lawsuits. No regrets. Just legacy. And that alone tells you exactly who's really running this rap marathon. Let's just say it, somewhere out there, Kendrick Lamar is definitely smirking right now. Because watching the same two rappers who tried to clown him end up tangled in their own legal drama? That's not coincidence, that's poetic justice. Drake and J. Cole both came for the king, and now they're bonding over lawsuits instead of hits. If they ever share a stage again, it won't be for a tour, it'll be for a group therapy session. Here's the thing, for years, J. Cole skated by while Drake took all the heat. Drake became the poster child for chaos, and Cole, quiet, introspective Cole, got a free pass. But maybe we gave him too much grace. Because this fake friend energy? It's starting to leak through. Cole's whole "I'm about peace, not drama" thing sounds noble, but at this point, it's giving cowardice. He's avoided confrontation so hard he let Drake drag the culture through the mud unchecked. Yes, Cole's pen is stronger than Drake's ghostwritten catalog, we all know that. But this Cameron situation? Weak move. It's not just bad business, it's bad character. And depending on what Cam reveals next, this could stain Cole's legacy for good. Because if the receipts match the claims, that whole Real One image might not survive the storm. And you know what really hits? The timeline. Cam said Ready 24 was recorded around the same time Cole was spiraling post-7-minute drill. Remember how that song blew up and then vanished from streaming overnight after Cole regretted dropping it? That wasn't a random PR move, that was an identity crisis. Ever since Kendrick cooked him, Cole's confidence hasn't been the same. The bravado? Gone. The conviction? Missing. Yeah, he can still rap, but you can feel he doesn't believe in his own words anymore. Honestly, if Mike Delete later hadn't flopped so hard emotionally, we probably would have already gotten the fall off. Instead, we got a rushed, reactionary project that embarrassed him, and now, he's been ghosting ever since. Besides a couple of Dreamville Fest cameos and that Forest Hills Drive anniversary show, Cole's been moving like he's in retirement without the announcement. And at this point, if the falloff doesn't drop by late 2025, maybe early 2026, we might have to face it, J. Cole might be done, quietly retired. Because what else do you call it when you vanish after losing a lyrical war and leave the culture waiting? Drake crashed loud, meltdown after meltdown. Cole? He's sinking in silence. Two different spirals, same sad ending. Both got lost in the chaos they helped create. The irony is painful. Not long ago, people said Cole was the lyricist who could actually challenge Kendrick, the one who'd give him real competition. Fast forward, and now? He's the guy who went up against Kendrick and lost so hard he disappeared. That's not just defeat, that's erasure. So yeah, this is the full circle moment. Kendrick's sitting comfortably on top, untouched, unbothered, and undefeated, while Drake and Cole are busy lawyering up, cleaning messes they made themselves. Let me know how y'all feel about this whole J. Cole lawsuit and how it ties into the bigger picture with Drake, Kendrick, and the current state of hip-hop. Because at this point, the stories aren't even being written, they're writing themselves. And if you made it all the way here, thank you for watching. Hit that like, drop a comment, and make sure you're subscribed, because this saga isn't over yet. Next up? Drake's new lawsuit makes Cole's look like child's play. It's messy, it's dramatic, and trust me, you're gonna want to see just how deep this rabbit hole goes.